and welcome to the Curly Cooks of Croydon, and we are today showing you how to do a low-priced, incredibly the easiest Christmas roast dinner. Yeah. Dina's channeling her friend Wendy.
I'm totally channeling Wend, this is all for you. And others like you.
Yeah, and my friend Tits. And they're people that get really scared around cooking, really scared around the timings. Later on, in the next few weeks, we're going to be doing a bit of a super duper luxury Christmas dinner. But this is if you need somebody to go, right, you do this, then you do this, then you do this. Basic but delicious.
So if we divorce, this will be great for me.
Yeah, you'll be able to carry on.
Play back.
So, Merry Christmas, first of all.
Christmas.
I can't believe you haven't got a glass of wine in your hand.
Or Baileys, come on,
A bit
girl.
later, let's get the turkey
Let's
in.
get the turkey in.
Okay.
Let's make sure that gets in.
Right, what Dina and I always do is, with our turkeys, we cook it first, and this is what all the chefs do as well. So get your turkey cooked first, out of the oven, covered over whilst you do your roast potatoes and everything. So this is from Aldi. Everything today is from Aldi. We're going to work out the exact price. So what I've got here is a 4.8 kilo turkey. So, you know, let's say 5 kilos.
So serve 7 to 11, it says.
7 to 11.
So this was a frozen turkey. Yeah. And we have defrosted it over 3 days in the fridge.
Yeah.
But follow the instructions on that. They'll be 100% the right guidance.
Yeah.
Don't worry, don't overthink, don't Google.
So just very, very easy. I've chopped up 2 onions and 2 carrots, right? Just going to put a bit of thyme in, like that, and just give it a bit of a
If you have
twist.
got fresh, you can use dried.
Yeah.
You can also use rosemary. You can also use sage.
Yeah.
Up to you.
And if you don't want any herbs at all, guess what? You don't have to use herbs. Everyone gets really panicked around Christmas dinner, don't they? I've got to do this, It will be delicious because turkey is a very tasty meat. I'm just going to put a bit of salt on the veg as well. This veg is going to be a part of our gravy, right? So I'm just going to put a little bit more thyme. As Dina says, sage is nice because we're going to have some sage and onion stuffing, aren't we, Dina?
Yes.
It's defrosted. Simply lift it up.
So you've done nothing to that turkey.
Nothing.
Nothing to that turkey. So, because I've just touched the turkey, I'm going to wash my hands before I touch anything else. Because, you know, you can pick up your herbs, your salt and pepper pots, all of that, and then you're going to put turkey on that. So just wash your hands in between. I dried it a bit with a kitchen paper. I'm just going to dry it again.
Why'd you do that?
Just so you can get the skin nice and crispy.
Oh, okay.
Okay, now, earlier we had a block of butter and I put it in the microwave to soften it a bit, and look, bloody exploded in the microwave. I'm so annoyed. You do not need it to be melted. You can just have soft butter.
So would you say that you're going to use about half a pack?
I'm going to use
Don't
about
split
half a pack of butter. Yeah.
Don't put your brush
I
back in
know,
there,
but-
everybody.
Yeah, so
Oh,
a
yes.
bit around all the fear of turkeys and poisoning people. Don't wash your turkey. That's what some people think you need to do. Put it in the sink and wash out the inside. Don't do that, because what happens with that is that's when you can spray like specks of blood and stuff around. Really, as Dina says, just don't panic. Follow the instructions on the packet. There we go. So you wouldn't dip your brush back into the butter. You wouldn't do that, because then you're taking the turkey into the butter. So there we go, Tina, my assistant.
Today.
Yeah. And now I'm just going to put some salt. I'm not putting stuffing in the bottom or any of that, because we're thinking of
My friend would
our
not
friend
put
Wendy.
stuffing. She is too scared. She thinks the turkey's not going to cook properly.
Yeah, and she
So
doesn't
take
want to...
that stress away. Do
Yeah,
it separately.
you don't have to do it. And she doesn't want to touch the turkey, because a lot of people don't like touching
Yeah,
meat.
no, she usually wears gloves, I have to say, plastic gloves. And
Does she?
that's fine.
That's fine too if you want to do that.
My fear around all this is timings. So this is always the first thing you do.
So you need to get your turkey out the fridge about an hour before. but be sure it's defrosted if you're using a frozen one. An hour before, and it just brings it up a bit to room temperature, so you're not putting it in really
If
cold.
you put it in the oven too cold, it's going to take away the cooking time.
So now we're just going to put some foil. You might be thinking, oh, I've seen on the telly they put stock and wine. We're not going to do that yet. We're going to do that later. So just loosely, it doesn't have to be mega.
Could we
mega
call this
tight.
roast dinner for dummies?
Yeah. But then people might be offended.
Yeah, I don't mean Wendy's a dummy. I mean, I'm not saying.
For nervous, maybe.
Yes.
That's it, just loosely covered. We don't need it tight. Our Christmas oven gloves.
And
2K max. So that's going in 140 fan or
160 or
not fan.
or gas mark 4.
And that will go in for 3 hours and a half.
Yeah.
3.5 hours, okay? So what we're going to do is, we're just going to leave that now
For an hour or so.
for an hour or so, and then we'll put a little bit of wine in. So easy. We can even drink a bit of wine in between.
Right, so these are parsnips, sweet and sticky, and go with every roast. They really
I
do.
love a parsnip.
But when you're choosing your parsnips, try and choose ones that don't have this very long, squiggly witch's finger on the end.
That's not what you called it a minute ago.
Because you're going to end up having to cut all of your parsnips to the same size. And they are very easy to burn like that. So ideally, this thickness.
Ow!
And then that in half again. To make them that size again. Half.
It's funny, isn't it? We don't eat parsnips any other time of the year, but
Yeah,
love
well,
them at
they
this
are-
time of the year.
They are seasonal. They are a winter
true.
vegetable. They're a winter root vegetable. Okay. So they're all roughly the same size. Now, what I would do, this is what I do, I parboil them the night before for sort of 3 to 5 minutes in some salty water.
What does parboil mean?
Means you're not going to cook them right through. You're just going to soften the
Oh, right.
edges.
That literally
alright?
means
Yeah.
not. Oh, right. Okay, I didn't know that.
And then put
It's
them
a
in.
really good idea. We're going to parboil them now.
Yeah.
But for a busy, a cook that's nervous, definitely boil them the night before.
Yeah. If you try and cook them straight like
So if
this,
you
you can burn them. I've
And
done
if you
it.
parboil them the night before, what do you do? Just leave them in the pot? In
Yeah,
the
no,
water?
no.
Drain them.
Drain
Go
them
drain
and
them
put
straight
them in
away.
the fridge.
Right, gotcha.
You can, of course, buy ready chopped frozen parsnips.
But if you're trying to impress your guests, like Wendy, I know Wendy always wants to really feel that she's cooked the dinner.
Yeah.
And that's a nice feeling. It's a nice sense
Yeah.
of accomplishment.
How many parsnips per person?
So I'm saying 1 large or 2 medium per person.
And often not everybody likes parsnips, so you might not need to do as many as this.
But lovely, the next day you can cook them up in a bit of stock with a little bit of curry powder. They smell gorgeous. Oh, you see, that's too thin. Get rid of it. You're going to burn it.
Makes me think of Wicked.
So, how many potatoes per person? What kind of potato? Do you boil or do you not boil beforehand? Don't worry, we can tell you how to get gorgeous roast potatoes. Maris Piper, easy potato for roast. I think it makes the best roast potatoes.
These are red Desirees, which are fantastic.
Fantastic as well, beautiful. Red Desiree, Maris Piper, don't worry too much. You want a potato that's floury. Just cut them up. Bigger potatoes work better because you get a crispy outside with a nice fluffy middle. So you want your potatoes to be more or less the same size. That's the only thing I'm going to say. When you see our gourmet version of cooking, we might give you some extra things you can do. But you want them more or less the same size. Why? Really easy. They cook at the same time.
When I'm doing that and I've given that task to do them the same
'Cause I
size,
don't want that
I start to
tiny one.
prevaricate like a nutter.
So you're going to go kind of like that and a bit per person. You know, 1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4.
This is
5,
this is
6,
what we've
7,
always
That one would have been 8.
we've always been taught by our mum. You go like this. And if you know your family, Maddie,
Yeah.
Mum, because she usually has one. Dad these days has one.
Yeah.
I like 2 or 3. Kiki doesn't have any. You like 3,
2.
2, and that's how we do it. But if not, You're gonna say.
What about me?
You're gonna say you don't usually have much, do you?
I
You're
do
not a
at
big
Christmas.
Ah, okay. So that is usually what you do per person. If you've got a great big oven, then just whack loads in because they're lovely cold. But I'm thinking about most people have got restricted space.
So here are my parsnips in for a parboil of 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Brussels sprouts. Now, not everyone's favourites. We do like them in this family.
I don't.
Wink, wink. Again, I did a handful per person. It actually worked out at about 110 grams. And then you look for a Brussels, they're all the same size. The ones in Aldi's were beautiful, all the same size. I've halved them because they're a bit inedible, the whole Brussels. I think that's why people get. I mean, I love them, so you know.
They're
I like them.
strong
I like them
flavour.
whole. I like them shredded. I like them half. But this way, you're getting half a mouthful at a time. We're going. If you were going to cook these till they're ready, 8 to 10 minutes. I'm going to parboil these for 7 to 8 because I'm going to fry them later in a pan. Now again, you could do that the night before. Get it out of the way.
Get these veggies done the night before.
And then in the fridge.
Top tip also, I would probably keep some of that water for the gravy because the taste that the Brussels gives and the parsnip water is lovely to add to your gravy.
So I've just covered my potatoes in water, maybe a teaspoon and a half of salt. I cannot find my bicarbonate of soda anywhere. A teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda as well, because what that does is it breaks down the outside edge of the potato. So I'm going to bring this up to the boil and then boil it for about 4 to 5 minutes. Okay, carrots. Again, night before, peel your carrots, just put them in a little salted water, and then you're not doing anything on the day. We always used to do that, didn't we, Dina?
Yeah.
But now we're seasoned cooks. We just sort of do it on the day. So,
Are you
this
Santa's little helper over there?
my mum goes absolutely mad if she gets a carrot like that. She hates a circle. But very easy. So just do a circle, but be mindful that they are the same thickness. But we always have our carrots like this. In half, in half, in half, in half. And that's called a baton.
So my friend Wendy will always buy the ready cut carrots, okay?
They're not nice.
They are not nice.
They're dry.
The kilo bag of organic carrots in Aldi was 99p. Okay, for organic carrots, which is fantastic. You're going to get a really flavoursome carrot. Cheap, much cheaper. The baton ones are so expensive and they're tasteless. So
Absolutely tasteless because they're dried out. You can't have them cut for that long. Okay, half, half, half.
I've just got suddenly really festive.
Yeah. Don't get a bag where it's like all different blooming sizes or really thick because then you've got to do. These are beautiful. Look, they're really lovely shape, uniform shape, so easy to cut.
and we're saying 2 to 3
3
carrots
carrots per person.
Just going to turn them down a bit.
Got my finger either side, and then I'm putting the knife like that. If you are doing Christmas dinner this year and you don't have a sharp knife, please treat yourself to a sharp knife.
When those Brussels come out from the parboiling, that's a long parboil because they're almost cooked. Get them under some really cold water. We're going to fry them up later with some lardon.
So when she says under cold water, you pour them out into a colander and then you pour cold water on top. So our turkey's been in there now for about an hour and 10 minutes. I'm just going to... Now you can either take it out, but if you've got a good sturdy oven where you can just pull the tray out, you can do that as well. I'm just going to pour like a glass, small glass of white wine. See how I'm doing it around the bottom though? I'm not pouring it all over the
So
turkey.
about 120 ml if you want it measured.
And just lightly cover it again. Now the kitchen will start to smell so incredible with that wine. People are coming over, they'll be like, oh my God, it smells
I feel
so
festive.
You'll get this.
You'll
get this.
Wine. Do this same with the vegetable stock or
Yeah.
chicken stock.
But people will come in and they'll go, oh, what time is it ready?
Oh,
So
yes.
my potatoes, because they are cut a bit bigger, been boiling now for about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's going to feel firm in the middle still, right? But you just want your knife to go in a bit easier, okay? And you see how that's breaking up a bit around there? That's what we want.
That's good.
Because that will get it nice, get them nice and crispy. So I'm going to save some of the water. We've saved some of the water of the parsnips and of the Brussels. You don't have to do that, you can just use a stock cube. Right. In they go. Now I'm just going to put them back in here, and this is the easiest way. Again, in our posh episode, we'll show you a different way that we do our potatoes, but this is the easiest way. Back in, and you see that as I dropped them back in, see how they've got all floury around the edge. Now when you put that into the hot fat, what happens is that gets all really nice and crispy on the outside. That's all we had to do. They're seasoned already, we put plenty of salt in the water. Just going to leave that now until we put it in the hot oil.
Time to cater for the vegan in your
Yes.
family, if you've got one.
Poor things.
but-
Poor things.
This doubles up as your stuffing as well. A nice, rich, gorgeous stuffing.
Oh, nice.
But it's a very nice, cheaty way to do it because we're going to use a packet of Aldi stuffing as the base and just add some lovely chopped nuts and some fried onions. Half a bag of Brazils, half a bag of cashews. Now, a nice mixture would have been walnuts as well, or almonds. You could have had a quarter of almonds, cashews, Brazils. Again, in Aldi, these are fantastic prices. They're nuts.
You don't have to do it with a knife. If you've got one of these, just chop, 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 chop.
Yep, you could buy chopped nuts as well. And can you put a little bit of salt? You know, I like a bit of salt on my onions.
2 leaf tip that. Try and get nice sea salt.
I think loads and loads of people are aware of that now.
Yeah.
It says to add 425 mils of hot water. I want it a bit thicker. I want it to set a little bit. So in there, I've just got under 400. So whack
You've
that
actually
in.
got 350.
350. Might need a little bit more.
Let's go, let's see. Start with that. So I'd put some butter in this as well.
Well, I haven't got any plant butter, but I will put plant butter in it.
Okay, so we're just going to let that cook nice and slowly, that onion, and you can come back in a minute.
Come back in a minute. They've got a nice little caramelised edge on them now. So now we can add our nuts. Add some thyme. Again, you can add your own herbs. Or you might have some dried thyme in your cupboard.
You know what else would be nice in this? Some very finely chopped apricots.
Ooh, that's a bit out there in it. I think Wendy would like. Got some
Wend. We are making this with you in
We've
mind.
got to use the Wend test. Does it
No.
pass the Wend test?
I don't think so. White pepper is such a
I love white pepper.
good flavour for. I'm
You're
just
right.
going to say
I don't use it enough.
British food. And then could you whack a little bit in there? I've got some. And then I'm just going to add that to my stuffing mix. Right, so check for seasoning now because there's nothing worse than a flavourless stuffing.
Yeah.
Perfection. So let's make it into a little interesting little shape for your guests.
Don't have to.
You don't have to. Just stick it in a
But just put it in a normal little tray.
Yeah, or a
Loaf tin.
Loaf
Turn it
tin.
out like a loaf.
I think Wend would like this though.
She'd like this.
A bit of a circle.
This
Yeah,
stuff.
she loves
I
it.
want to eat all this stuff.
Because she loves a prawn ring.
She loves a what?
A prawn
Prawn
ring
ring.
at Christmas. She always gets a prawn ring.
Oh, well, there you go.
Right, so that will go in the oven for 180 for 35 to 40 minutes.
So we got Dina's gorgeous nut roast stuffing, but you've got to have a turkey with stuffing balls around it.
Yeah.
So we got this one from Aldi. Remember how much it was? Good price, isn't it? My little tip. Always put a knob of butter in with my stage and your stuffing. And put the water in according to packet. If you want, you could bung in a bit of sausage meat with this. If you've got a load of sausages in the fridge, you could just
What,
open
raw?
one
You
up.
just chuck them in raw?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's all going to get cooked. The only thing that I've done different there is so easy, isn't it? I just put a knob of butter in and it will make all the difference. Oh,
Mine was all right, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
okay, so I'm just going to leave that now for 10 minutes or so, and then I'll make them into balls. It's warm enough now, it won't burn my little handies. And literally, just do that. Again, so much cheaper than buying frozen sage and onion stuffing balls.
And they haven't got the butter in them.
And look how easy it is. Okay, so it's 3.5 hours later. Woo! And we did use a thermometer a few minutes ago, which told us, oh, look at that.
That's fantabulous.
Look at that. When you see a perfectly all over golden one in all the photographs, it's been fixed. The meat comes off a bit off the legs. You get like more brown bits, and that is just how I love it. A really like yummy home cooked turkey. We now have an hour left, and we're just going, Dina and I have been sitting, chatting, clearing up, so it was all nicely cooked. Now we've got a totally free oven that we can easily get our potatoes and our parsnips and everything. We're all prepped, aren't we? We've parboiled our potatoes, parboiled our parsnips, and we've done our Brussels, and we're ready to go. It will stay hot there for ages.
It will stay hot without boiling on for at least an hour.
All the juices are running back into the meat. Because if you get your turkey out and you cut into it straight away, what happens is all those gorgeous juices that you've been trapping into the skin pour out. So I put the tray with the oil in about half an hour ago. So it's really, see how nice and sizzling it is? That nice sizzle that you get ensures you get a nice crispy potato. So these will go in for an hour. Turn the oven up. I've turned the oven right up to 220. Just going to toss them around a bit in the oil. Like that. You want to move quickly really because you want to keep that oil nice and hot. And then we might have room to squeeze our parsnips in this same tray. Halfway through.
So.
Halfway through, and then a smaller tray, we could. So that's it, in it goes for an hour. Run it back in a really hot oven. And what I would say is, for the last 10 minutes of the turkey, when I whacked up the heat, got that a bit browner, and also got the oil nice and hot. So, okay, so parsnips that we parboiled before, just going to drizzle them in a little oil, not too much. Give them a bit of swish round, super easy. And then we're going to bung them in the oven. So the potatoes have been in half an hour now. Dina just popped the nut roast in as well because that needed to go in. In we go.
Made with the nut roast down.
We'll move the nut roast down. See, it's interesting for us guys because obviously I've got more than one oven, and we keep going. Well, we could put the nut roast in and go, no, we can't because we can only put it in one oven. So everything that was the turkey was cooking in, we're keeping in the pan because that's how we can make our gravy. The other thing you can do is just buy your gravy ready-made. And to tell you the truth, what I usually do is I buy a gravy. I'll buy like a really nice Marks and Spencer gravy or something like that, and then I add it to whatever gravy I've made because however much gravy we'll make, is there ever enough? No. Here, do you remember when Dina said earlier to save some of your veggie water? So that's my veggie water going in to make a bit of extra. Boil that up, and a good splash of wine. Boil it up. Don't forget we've got a good half an hour still for everything cooking. So I'm going to just let that just on a really low heat just cook in a bit so the wine cooks in, so all the flavours cook in. And then I'm going to add some cloves because we all do, even the top chefs do, we all cheat. And then
I'm
Dina.
just going to pop these in as well, our pigs in blankets. I mean, buy them frozen like this from Aldi. It's lovely to wrap your own, but it's
Such a pain,
really
yours.
is a pain. It's going to have to go on the bottom.
So look, now we've got that all in, squeeze them all in.
Yep,
That's good. And the potatoes are fine. And then, really important guys, don't keep opening the oven. I do it, I am the worst for it. I'll constantly open the oven to look at my potatoes. Every time you open the oven, you're going to make everything take longer. And stuffing balls go in. 20 minutes or so till the end. Look at the potatoes, doing nice. Remember around Christmas time, when everyone's cooking at the same time, gas can be lower. So it might take you a little bit longer. If you feel like your potatoes aren't really like shh, just take them out in the tray really carefully, put them on the gas or on the electric, and just sort of heat the oil up and keep turning the potatoes again, just to get the heat up. Okay, so we've that's simmered for a bit, and now what I'm going to do is pour my gravy in there. Sloppy, it's all going. Dina and I are cooking, so we're cooking just so unlike we do usually, aren't we? We're trying to keep it all really unchaotic for you. I'm just going to pour a bit of that back because I don't need all of that. I just want to zhuzh. I'm now going to zhuzh up the, you know, the carrots and onions so it's smooth. So I blitzed it with a blitzer. It was boring and noisy, so we didn't put you through it. And then I've added more of that vegetable water. And now I'm just going to add. Can you remember how much you paid for this, Tina?
I've got it on it. I've got it on it. It was very good price. And honestly, the shopping was crazy price. That turkey was $17.99. Wow. It's a great price.
That is amazing.
That's what most chickens cost.
I know.
Oh my God, I mean, a chicken will cost you that. A good quality chicken will cost you that. You just make it to whatever thickness. Some people like gravy so thick, don't they, that you can stand a spoon up in it. Other people like it watery. So at this point, this is just to yours and your family's taste.
And we've got about 10 minutes to go, so I'm going to put the carrots on just to avoid.
But another thing I would say is, you know, we got the turkey out an hour ago. Make the gravy then when you're not doing the veg.
Yeah.
And then you can just heat it up in the microwave. Roast is definitely done. Gorgeous, crispy.
In there.
Oh, look. Let's hope it comes out. But
Let's
you know
hope
what?
it comes out, but if it doesn't, it
doesn't matter. It all goes down the same way.
Christmas isn't all Insta.
No, wind.
There's our balls.
She just messaged me and said, "Have you not done nuggets for me?"
So we've just cooked a couple of packs. There was a double pack, wasn't it, from Aldi? It's so nice.
Smoked lardon.
Dina's going to do that for me while I just heat up the gravy because our guests are here. Say Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yay!
Okay, so I'm going to heat it up. And what I'm going to do is, you don't have to do this. I'm just going to put a spoonful of cream in as well. It just gives a nice extra layer.
So, into this beautiful lardon fat, we're going to put the Brussels in.
They're so green.
They're so green. They're only green because I parboiled them and then put them in really ice cold water in the colander.
Wow.
If you were wanting to do your vegan alternative or your vegetarian alternative, you could fry some pine nuts or some almonds. That would be a nice, or chestnuts. And we're just going to warm those through again because they've been quite cold, and also give them the opportunity to caramelise a little bit. Also, for the vegetarians, you may want to do a little bit of parmesan and a bit of cream. It's another. There's lots and lots of things to disguise the Brussels sprouts, even though I love it just like this.
I like a Brussels sprout disguised.
You do.
Yeah.
Don't think you're going to eat these ones though.
So the roasties are ready. Look at that. Yum.
That's a beautiful dish.
Beautiful dish. Where do we get it, Dina?
TK Maxx, it's traditional Christmas road.
Nice.
Can I take a chance while you're doing that just to recommend a wine to
Yes.
go with this?
Yes.
This is an Aldi. It's always there. You're never going to not find it, okay?
Oro Loco.
And there are many wine writers that recommend this, and it's $4.99.
Got the turkey there. So we need our sausages. Oh, look at those potatoes.
Did I just hear a bird?
That's the bloody thing.
That's amazing. That Brussels sprout sounded like a blue tip.
Look at this lovely dish. We love this so much. Anyone that watched the Sunday show, we went to TK Maxx.
Oh, Oh,
So
other way.
parsnips. What are they going in, Dina?
They can go in there.
Parsnips. Now, if you want, for the last few minutes, you could just put a little drizzle of maple syrup or honey. But I tried one, it was so sweet, I said to him, I'm not putting honey in them. So now we've got our
Pigs in blankets, guys.
pigs in blankets, our balls, got my champagne that my lovely friend Hannah bought me for my birthday, and we thought, let's have it for Christmas, definitely. So, stuffing balls, yummy, yummy.
And there's an expectant silence.
Everyone's gone
Stage
quiet.
right.
Everybody's hungry. Look at those. Why would you want to bother rolling them all up? So easy. Straight out the freezer. Actually, Lisa's does an excellent one. She does big sausages. So there we go. Everybody like, does everybody like roast potatoes here? Yeah. So I would do that. Just around it. Put the plate on and pray. Pray.
And then we pray.
And then we pray.
Yeah!
Oh, yeah, look at that.
Wow.
You know what would look nice in the there, Dina? Some
Brussels sprouts.
The cranberry.
We've got the Aldi cranberry sauce with ruby port.
Ooh.
Oh, that smells good.
Ooh.
That smells great.
You just pop it in the middle like that.
Not the
No,
jar.
not the jar, darling, because you break the... Oh, it's open!
I was going to say the lid's off. The lid's off. I thought you were doing a joke.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Just add a load of freshly chopped parsley. Any herb is lovely on a carrot. Nice buttery carrots. Yeah, lovely.
What I do is put some of the gravy in a gravy boat, and then you can keep the rest of the gravy on a sort of low simmer.
The Brussels.
They always have to come, don't they? Oh, hey.
With bacon. Fabulous.
And there's a storm brewing. Oh.
Well, she's still out there.
Oh.
Look at that.
So can I do a
Tina.
drive-by?
High five. We did it.
Oh my God, that turkey looks like it's out of a magazine. Doesn't it? Oh, and even the Brussels look tasty.
Stuffing balls. Oh, you've got them out. Great.
Do you not like this?
Coming back. I'm doing a Star Wars flyby as they hit the Death Star.